All right, so welcome to Be Strong Families webinar series, staying strong and positive for ourselves and our children. I'm super excited that you're here with me today, and today would not be the same if I were here alone. So welcome, guys. Let's get this party started. So today, what's our topic for today? The key to great parenting is you. Nobody makes a difference like you do in your parenting. So nobody can bring about the change in your homes. No one can bring about, nobody can put or add to your family or give to your family what you can give to your family. The best thing that you can give to your family is you. So let's talk about that today. I'm your host, Sarita Sashington, and looking forward to a fantastic conversation. All right, next, Dee. All right, ways to engage today. If you aren't talking, please remember to keep your phone on mute. If you're ready to comment, please raise your hand. It will unmute you, and then you'll need to unmute yourself to be heard. This is also a reminder that if you would like to come on screen with us, you are more than welcome to do that, okay? So we'd love for you to, to engage with us in the chat. However, we really want, if you want to, come on screen, just raise your hand, we'll bring you on. Please be patient with us. Sometimes you guys put a lot of stuff in the chat and then I have to try and catch up. Feel free to type your comments in the group chat and make sure it's going to all panelists and attendees. That's something I never do. I always forget and I send it straight to tech. And today our tech is Dee. So hi, Dee. Thank you, Dee. All right, next. And now I see you guys, all of the pros, the people who've been here all year with us or experienced been here even in the last month or so are already dropping agree. I love it. All right, so our agreements, those of you guys who may not know, this is how we create emotionally safe space for us to have these great conversations. The first one, speak from your own experience and use I statements. So we don't want to hear about your cousin them and the people that next door and what they do or don't do in their situations. We really want to hear about you and your experience because your story is valuable and your sharing will give other people's permission to share. Your golden rule, treat other people the way you want to be treated. And this wraps up all of our cafe agreements. This wraps up all of our cafe agreements. Things like no judgment, because you can get that on Facebook, but we don't want to hear, okay? No judgment, don't give advice, all of those things. Just treat people the way you want to be treated. And then full presence, please, no multitasking. Yes, I know that you can totally check your email and be on Facebook and all that stuff, but don't do it right now. Give yourself this 30 minutes. This 30 minutes is for you. Some good conversation with great people in a safe space. Take advantage of that. And yeah, Miranda, I can't stand it. If you need a minute, take a minute, okay? So turn off your camera, leave, go do what you need to do, come back so you can be all in with us. And I see people are already agreeing. If you have not had a chance to say that you agree, please go ahead and drop that in the chat. And when you guys say we agree, that's putting us all on one accord to keep this space safe so we can have these fantastic conversations. Bam! Let's do it. All right, next slide, Dee. Yay, I see the agreements. Yes, now I feel safe to share because everyone is agreeing. I'm so happy. All right, so what we've been doing the last couple of days is we've been having these great conversations based around our protective factors. And so these are just some of the resources in our protective factors like toolbox, right? The first one is the Living the Protective Factors affirmation cards, and that's how we'll have our conversations today. Based on these wonderful cards, and every day there's a different way for you to live the protective factors in your own life. The Living the Protective Factor book, How We Keep Our Children Safe and Family Strong. It's a fantastic book that you can read every day. There's a little blurb or way to get your day started. And then right underneath there's some great activities and ways to actually live the protective factors, practice them. And then we have the Living Protective Factors workbook. And that is like 7 weeks long. And you can use it with home visiting programs. You can use it with the parents in your agencies, right? To help them learn how to live the protective factors in their own lives. And then we offer all these resources in both English and Spanish, okay? So, and you can get those at bestrongfamilies.org. And Dee has dropped that in the chat for us. Okay, so we are going to go to our first question. Right? Dee, can you, my screen just went black. Can you read the question for me, Dee, the statement?
Yes, so our first question is from the Living the Protective Factors affirmation card, Way 6. It says, enhance vitality. And the back of the card, the statement says, I make positive choices that increase joy in my life.
All right, I make positive choices that increase joy in my life. And this is talking about enhancing vitality. So we're going to answer the first question. I'm going to pose the question. I'm going to talk about a little bit. And while I'm talking, you can drop your answers in the chat. Okay. So question, and Dee, if you can put this question in the chat for me. Which positive choice have you made in your life that has increased the joy in your life? Which positive choice have you made that has greatly increased the joy in your life? And I'll start by saying I'm so glad it's a safe space, because one of the positive choices I made, honestly, no judgment, right, was to have children. I did, and I say this, I don't say that lightly. This is serious, because I didn't want children. Okay, like I didn't want children. I wanted to be like, I don't want me hear me roar and take over the world, and that did not include children. And then when I look at my children today, I am so, like, I'm just overjoyed that that I allow myself to have that in my life, to be a part of my life, because I was so against it. I was like, I don't want children. Oh, dear Jesus, I just want to live my life and not, have to do a lot of stuff. And so I'm really glad I'm back, Dee. I'm really glad that I was able to do that. And so, like, having my Misha babies, just, I don't know, it just blessed my whole soul. It blessed my whole soul, and it makes me feel young, and my kids keep me young. And so I don't know, I love harassing them. I love watching them grow. I just love everything about, like, having kids, when at one point I didn't ever think that I would want kids. And it took a long time to get past that. Even though I had the children, it still took a long time that I had kids, so for me to accept that. So um Rebecca says, choosing to spend time and money on trips with my grandchildren as often as possible. Yes. I think it says, Miranda, I created a TikTok account at my age, and let me tell you, it's amazing, and I can't believe I did it. It brings me so much joy. Go ahead and drop that TikTok link right in the chat, because I am a TikToker too, and I love TikTok. I also like watching people, the families enjoy it. I love that TikTok allows everybody to be a star. That's what I love. Anna said, that's amazing. It gets you creating and moving. Tamara said, one of the positive choices I made was to start saying no sometimes. I used to say yes to everything everyone asked me to do. It got to be too much of a drain. It was hard. But I started saying no when something was going to overextend me. Another thing I've done is stop watching the news. Not having that daily barrage of bad news has helped my mental health and well-being. I can read the news online when I want to need to know things. Tammy, that is so mean. Margaret said, having a new adult relationship with my son and daughter-in-law, all about fun instead of worry. Let them live and learn. Yes, that. Miranda said, I love watching people too. Rebecca said, no news is a great choice for me too. Since the pandemic, I have significantly cut back on television, says Rhonda. Kendall said, oh my, I created my first TikTok as well, but I didn't know how to change the music, but I posted anyway. I just want to say, I agree with all of that stuff, because I'm just going to say, TikTok makes me happy. I just like seeing people be a star, no matter their size, their age, their ethnicity. I just love it. Let's see. Okay, we have a few more before I keep going. Chris said, I took a negative situation in my life and turned to something positive by becoming a member of the Family Engagement Advocacy Council and started doing a lot of outreach to help other families in my community. Dee said I went into savings, to take a vacation with the group, even though it would hurt later. Hubby and I had best vacay ever. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Shantae said a positive choice I have made in the past is stepping out on faith to follow my dream of being a makeup artist and working for cosmetic brands in the DMV. It helped me connect with creative and inspiring people who also learning the science behind it, helping people, Bernadette said. And Anna said, I've chosen to invest in myself by taking more classes and things I want to create as well. I'm getting into rope art and welding. Wow. Thank you guys. Oh, I love all these. I'm getting some great ideas. All right, let's keep moving to our next question. All right, way 10, keep on your path. All my actions are aligned with my core values and build positive momentum in my life. All my actions are aligned with my core values and build positive momentum in my life. Okay, so Dee, this is the question I'd like you to put in the chat, please. Here's the question. What are some of your core values and why? What are some of your core values and why? So some of my core values are family, faith, and faith, family, and love. No. Can you put faith, family, and love? Those are some of mine. So the question again for you to consider are what are some of your core values and why? To serve others. Mine is faith, love, and family. Like love is what like moves me forward to do everything. I try to follow after love. I try to think about, the way that I treat people is the way I want to be treated. And because I love them, I love myself, so I'm able to love others. And then my family, is because I'm so close knit with them. Like I'm crazy about my family and I can't imagine life without them. And then my faith is just like that gives me direction. It gives me direction for how I want to move in life. So those are my core values and why. And what about yours? Let's see. Kendall said to serve others, clients, family, anyone we can. Tammy said, I value family, my faith, hard work, being a good person, and learning. Margaret said, one of my core values is lead by example. And so I'm mindful that what I do and choices I make have an effect on my more than myself. Ugh. Yeah. Christina said, love, patience, family help, and helping others. Rebecca said, I try to leave things better than I found them. Ooh, yeah. Any others? Tamara said, why? Because those are the things that make me feel good and fulfilled. Yeah. Yeah. Same. Same. I wake up often and just like really excited and grateful for my family, for my faith, for where I am, for how I move through life. Like, yeah. Melissa, I love to find something positive in every person I know. Real talk that resonates with me. D. Williams said, I value family, faith, forgiveness of self and others, helping and supporting others. Yes. Ooh. All of these are so good. All these are so good. Some things I didn't even consider as a value, but yes, made me think about it. Like, okay, that's got to be one of my values too, because those things are sort of important to me too, like finding something positive in every person, but not only every person for me, it's also every situation. I try to find something positive. It drives my friends crazy, but it's who I am. So take it or leave it. All right. Any others before we keep moving? Anybody else want to share your core value and why? One of or some of your core values and why that's a core value for you before we move on? I think this is super important in regarding our conversation today. Yeah, Sylvia said, family, my faith, respect, taking care of my world by keeping it clean and recycling. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Dee. Thank you. Those are all really good values to help us stay on the path. All right, so let's go to the next one. Thank you, Dee. Way 24, put self first. Love is the core of my being. I live from this wise, strong, powerful energy source. Love is the core of my being. I live from this wise, strong, powerful energy source. So this may be hard, but I don't want it to be hard. What is one thing you love about yourself and why? What is one thing you love about yourself? So while you're putting that in the chat, and I'm saying this because I do realize that most times people, it's easy to identify all the negative things that we don't like about ourselves, but it's not so easy to recognize and embrace those things that we love about ourselves and to talk about it with others, not in a bragging kind of way, but just acknowledging how fantastically great you are, how amazing you are as a person. So one of the things I love about myself is just the opposite of what I just said a few minutes ago, is that all of my friends are always like, why do you have to find the positive about everything? Well, it's just in me. It's just the life I choose. I choose to look at the positive, and I love that about myself because then I'm able to share that with my kids, and then it comes out in everything else because I love to see the positive in myself and others. It makes such a big difference. So I love it. Let's see what you guys say. Thank you, Dee. I'm humble as my mother and hardworking as my father. Oh, um, I'm capable of empathy in such a way that people can learn about themselves, which means mindful listening, asking questions with kindness. Oh, I love it. Rosa said, find the positive in everything I do. Rhonda Washington said, I love my positive energy and vibes that I carry and share daily. Christina said, my ability to keep moving forward in life and spreading love to those around me. Heather, the ability to put my family, friends together. I'm great as a planner. Oh my God, I wish that was my gift. Rebecca, I'm getting better at seeing the good in people and situations. Yes. Yes, that's right. Think about all the ways that you're great and then embrace those ways because we all have something that we can love. We all have something to offer to the world around us. Um, and so this is just one thing that you may look for, but I'm sure you have plenty others. Like, I love that I choose to look for good in all situations from D. Thanks, D. Yes, I appreciate it. Who else? I know that everybody on here has something that you love about yourself. My loyalty and my strength. Yes. Thank you, Bernadette. My loyalty and my strength. Everybody has something that you have to love about yourself or that you can love about yourself. And so there's so many, like, I have a plethora of things that I can say. I love my smile. Like, I want my loyalty in my hair. Yes, embrace it. Yeah, embrace it, Miranda. Your loyalty in your hair. Say that. Slay all day, period. Right? There's nothing wrong with that because it's you, it's how the creator made you. So fantastic. Yes. What else? I love my, you guys seen the commercial, not the commercial, YouTube video with Jessica? When Jessica, the little girl, standing on the sink, and she's like, I love my house. I love my kid, my brother. I love my sister. I love my whole house. My whole house is great. I love everything good. I love everything about me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I love it, right? I want to be like Jessica. Jessica inspired me the first time I saw that video to be like, oh, I can embrace all the great things about me even now as an adult, with everything else going on, I have a lot of stuff about me that I can embrace. And if I teach myself to love myself, then I can teach my kids how to love themselves, right? And to give themselves, like put themselves first, and it's okay. So Tammy said, patient, kind, and generous. Yes, Jessica. Yes, that is my daughter. She says it all the time. Yeah, I had to teach that. Also I had to love, like my children taught me not to body shame myself or others. It's just such a whole different dynamic from what I grew up with. Um, and so I'm learning not to body shame myself or others, right? And to love my body and embrace my body. It is definitely a work in progress. And so I don't know, but I'm also learning that if I do that, then then it trickles down to my family, right? So yeah, it's a great way to live the protective factors. All right. So let's see what our last question for today is. Definitely grew up in a different world, Tammy. Definitely. I'm not ready. I'm learning and I'm grateful. Yes, Christina. Yeah. Oh, that's hard. Like the mom bod is hard. It was like, okay, all right. I'm still great. Even, I'm still great. So be the parent. I commit to being the parent for my children, always bigger, stronger, wiser, and kind. Let's do that one more time. Be the parent, weigh 30. I commit to being the parent for my children, always bigger, stronger, wiser, and kinder. What does this statement mean for you? What does this statement mean for you? For me, it made me think about when my children were younger, and I used to be a screamer, right? All that with my kids. And then I realized, like, when I was doing that I was really out of control, but the screaming made me feel like I was in control. Yes, Christina. The question is, what does this statement mean to you? I commit to being the parent for my children, always bigger, stronger, kinder, and wiser. What does that statement mean to you? And then I realized, like, if I'm out of control, my children know that I'm out of control because I'm screaming and hollering, and I'm thinking that I'm doing something. I'm screaming because I'm out of control and I don't feel like I have the tools that I need to say what I need to say in a way to build my children up and not tear them down. And then I also realized that if I don't know how to respond when my children trigger me or they say something to me, then I can't like go back to teenage Sarita. I had to like respond in kind. Remember that I'm the parent and I am in control. And I do have what I need to be able to parent successfully in a way that builds up and doesn't tear my kids down. So I began to like model that, and how I interact with my children or with my daughter, because when they got teenagers and they pushed all the right buttons, I'm like, remember, Sarita, you're the parent. You're the parent. You have to show them how to do this, and you can't be moved by their attitudes, their negative energy, whatever they got going on that day. You're still the parent. And so you have to respond in a way so they can see how you deal with these things. Being a parent is not for the weak. I'm just saying. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Um, somebody said, preach, Miranda. Rebecca always loved the bigger, stronger, wiser, and kind. I bring safety to children. I share my wisdom and I show kindness to them. Tam said, I pray a lot about trying to be the mom my girls need me to be, even more so now that they're adults. Yes, I try to give them what they need, and I'm still trying to lead by example. Who's this? Margaret said, this is a difficult one. Yelling because you don't feel heard is a total gotcha that I hand over my own power. Learn to sit back and ask questions. Yes. Shantae say the statement means to me that no matter how much free will we allow to our children, we have to maintain our respective roles to keep peace and order within our households and families. Rhonda said this was easier as a parent of my son under 18 years. However, now an adult, I find myself bowing out gracefully because he knows everything. Girl, that is the truth. That gets my goat, and I feel like too conscious that I will not speak out of turn, so the issue won't have an everlasting unpleasant memory. That Christine said, previous years I was a little more aggressive, but the older I get, the wiser I get, and the more I learn to speak more and not yell, taking those deep breaths. Oh, Margaret said it's also difficult that at 18 they act as an adult when they are actually older adolescents with some legal privileges, but not all. It's like toddler brain as a new adult. That Oh my gosh, you know that whole thing freed me out when I learned that like their frontal lobe is not completely developed until they get 25. That was like life changing for me because in my mind, I was really thinking these kids are trying to take me down. They are just trying to take me down. But then I realized like this frontal lobe is not done. It's real talk. Rebecca said, I so agree, Margaret Rollins. It is so hard when they really think they know it all too. They really do. But this is what I remember, guys. As we close out, I remember that once upon a time, I thought I knew it all too. And my mama couldn't tell me nothing because I was 18. Guys, again, thank you for today. Fantastic conversation. You guys completely rock. I mean, I hope that you guys took something good from today's conversation. I hope that you're learning how to think about these protective factors and think about these different ways. I hope that you totally consider looking at some of these resources and using them in your own families. And we can go to the next slide, Dee. Thank you for joining me. This would not have been the same without you. I really, really appreciate you guys. And don't forget to join us the next 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. Kathy will be here. The role of the friends in building a strong family. Thursday, tap into life energy through laughter, sex, and beauty. And then Friday, don't forget to sign up for the Living Protectors Factors Parent Cafe. We love to have you. Thanks so much, guys. You guys rock. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye. It does go by too fast, doesn't it, Tammy? That did go by really fast. I hope you guys finished taking the poll? I'm saying goodbye, but everybody finished taking the poll?
I can just stay
All
here
right,
for a minute
great.
for the poll.
All right, sounds good. Hey, for those of you who do cafes, I really hope you guys are a part of the cafe community practice on Facebook. If you do Bistro and Families cafes, all cafes are not the same. Fantastic. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.